Hello and welcome to another episode of Can I Make 20%? And today I've got a really small lot to show you. I'm in this for not a lot of money. I've paid £5 for the coins and £10 for the coins and £5 for the notes. I'm pretty sure I saw some silver in the coins, and I'm pretty sure that, well, I know that the notes are more than going to pay for themselves, because I saw something there that the auctioneer's not done their job properly. Let's go through it. So on the note side, it's going to be very quick. I don't know what this is worth. This is kind of a cool note. I'm assuming that's a wartime. Yeah, it is 1912. It's got to be something in that. There was a 500 yen which has been discontinued. That's probably worth £5 alone, maybe slightly more. Shame about that, but that would go in someone's collection. It's not the worst example. In fact, that's a very nice example of a note. In terms of the actual condition, it's not the best, but it's a nice design. And this is where I made the money. So the auctioneer put this up, but then when you looked into the picture, you could see there was 4 notes. Now these notes here can still be swapped out. I think they're worth, in current money, I think they're worth about £12 a note. If you swap them out. So you've actually physically got to go to Denmark to swap them out. But I was thinking, well, there's got to be someone going to Denmark on the groups. Surely if I sell them at 50%, £6 a note, and there's also a 10. So if I can make £25 on those 5 notes, 5 on that, that's £30. These notes are not really worth much. Kind of nice, but not really any value in there. And then there was 2. But say I get £30 for the lot, I'm over the moon at that, considering I paid £5 plus hammer. I think that's a very good result. So those notes cover these coins, which is why I end up taking the risk. I could have sworn when I looked at the photo, and the photo wasn't fantastic, that there was silver in here. That is not the coin I was thinking of when I thought it was silver. I'm going to quickly check that, because that is a moment. Sounds like silver. It feels like silver. This isn't a humble brag. I genuinely didn't see this coin. So if that is, fantastic. But it's not a coin I genuinely know. So 1932, 20 franc. Numismatic. Is it silver? No, it's not. It's not silver. Belgium. No, it's nickel. It does ping well. Do I have a similar silver coin, just to similar size? Is that a crown size? No, crown's too big. Half crown. That's similar. One sec. No, it doesn't. Okay, not silver. But I could have sworn there was silver. Let's take out the copper like usual. I actually weighed my copper yesterday. I didn't have as much as I thought. I thought I had about 80 kilos. I had half of that, but I've got copper elsewhere, and there was a small batch that I haven't counted. So there's probably about 70. I'll take it though, considering it's a side project and I'm getting it for free. I say free, I've got to earn my money on this first. But I've been buying up lots with copper in them left, right and centre. So that's a Cooper nickel coin. This is where I realised I just imagined there was a silver coin in here somewhere, and I'm at a bit of a bust. No, there is silver. There we go. There's one. 10 Österreich. That's not a 10 Österreich. 10 Groschen from Österreich. God, die Job proper schon. There's 2p. Give that to my mother. I don't know what she does with them. That's the coin. That's the coin I saw in the photo. So there's 2 silver coins. 10 francs. There is going to be a few videos I will be filming today. I've got another lot like this to film. That's a 49. And I've got to film a lot from a gentleman that sent down about 3 kilos worth of silver. Really nice guy. I was on the phone to him for about 40 minutes yesterday. I wanted to phone him because my email went down. I think something with CloudShare went down. And I just said to him, I haven't slept that well. Can you just wait and I can go through it properly because I don't want to make any mistakes on it because it's all mixed purity. And he was fine with that. So I'll film these 2 videos and then I'll go through that and then I'll film his content. Slightly older coin. I think when you've been dealing with people for a long time, there is that give and take. That's I'm also rebuilding the pre-47 that isn't silver. I sold a load of it off. Did very well on it actually, considering again it comes in like a freebie. I don't have a problem with it. I'll stockpile it, and then when the pot's full, I'll just sell it off, and that isn't a problem. I did have another lot coming as well, but it was so tiny it wasn't worth a video. I also made a token loss on it as well, which that is what it is. I think I lost about £3 on it. I was banking on there being some silver coins and they weren't. But that's okay, that's part and parcel of what you do. You can't win them all. You know, as long as you minimize the downside when you're buying, that's all you can ask for. You are going to have losers, but then you're going to have lots that you do incredibly well on in terms of percentages. That's a half franc. There's some silver. Cool. 44. I wouldn't be shocked if I pulled 20 grams of silver out of here. Doesn't sound like a lot, but you're more than doubling your money when you do that. Sometimes you've got to go guerrilla tactics. You've got to fight in the margins. And that's completely okay. There's always periods in time where the margins come thick and fast and they're very easy to find. Oh. And then you're going to have periods where it's hard. It's hard to find the margin. And I think that's the period I'm at. So if I can use my expertise to buy lots like this, if I can come out on top, shame that's a 48, then that's what I'll do. That's not a problem for me. Of course, there's going to be other people who are going to go after these lots, but where I'm full time, I can sit there and go through every single lot. It's not a problem. 56. Lots of copper, eh? The basket was free, by the way. That was just part of the lot. Right, let's put the copper in this pot. I'd say looking at the copper I pulled out, there's about 300 grams so far. Might be slightly more. That's cool. Talia. I will separate the copper after the video. That's not a problem. That's a 2p. Old 5p. Take that. So yeah, with these videos, I've accepted that they're going to be longer. I didn't want to do longer videos for a very long time. I didn't think people had the attention span. Wasn't sure I had the attention span, but it seems to be something that people are fine with, or some people are fine with, and that's okay. I know these videos are going to be more niche, but again, that's fine. I guess what I'm saying, if there's a want for it, regardless of if it's a niche video or not, I don't mind putting it out. Nothing there. Oh, no silver there, should I say. Oh, found one. 46. That puts us up to 4 silver coins. Another 2p. Let's go through these, see if there's anything here. Right. Just going to flip them over the camera. 62, 58, 56, 54, 50. Nope. That's okay. So 2 pence. That's an Irish 2 pence. 1956. 950. Don't know what that is. I haven't had a button yet. That's pretty sure that's a medal of some sort. I do come across the odd medal, but I've next to no knowledge on them. It's not something that interests me, and I'm not entirely sure why. It just doesn't really talk to me as a trader. I guess that's just how it is, really. Like, some people do it purely for money. I do it because I enjoy it, and I think if I don't enjoy it, I'm pretty lazy. I was having this conversation with a client actually. I'm probably the hardest working, laziest person you'll come across. Can lead a horse to water and all that. Right, that copper pot is now full, which is I say full, it's brimming. That is a good sign though. There's another silver coin, you see it? I think that's a pre-20 as well. Right there. Now, the interesting thing with this lot was I actually put a pre-bid in on. Yeah, pre-20. Fantastic. I put a pre-bid on, and I put it at 16 plus hammer. And then when I saw how the auction was going, I went, no, being silly, yeah? Because they were listing things. There was no buyers, there was no liquidity in the room. That might be silver, but I'm not sure. I'd have to check that. There was no liquidity in the room, so I literally retracted all my bids. They had the starting ask price, dropped it, and then it dropped down to £10 on it. And I just went, yeah, all right, I'll take that. No other buyers. And sometimes you just got to be savvy like that. Like, I would have been happy to pay 16 plus hammer for it. I think I could have made a bit of money in it from that. But why should you? You know, if you know it's going on sale, why do that? You know, the end of the day, this, as much as I'm quite chill and I want everyone to make a bit of money, you know, there's nothing wrong with me making more money. But I don't know these people. But you do have to have your wits about you occasionally. I've got nowhere to put these copper coins. Where'd I put that? There we go. I'll show you this at the end. Absolutely loads of it. I'm not complaining. I think the highlight is I got a free basket. Fantastic. There's probably some lovely lady who'll like that. I'll ask my mother first if she doesn't want it. Maybe she'll take it down to church. Don't know. Oh, RP. Take that. Anything Swiss I like. 98. I went through all my currency reserves after realising that my accounts needed going through. I got about £1,000 in currency reserves. That they weren't on the balance sheet either. The thing is, I always knew I was going to update them. I just thought, you know what, whilst I've got a bit of time, I might as well do it now. And I thought £1,000 was there or thereabouts of what I was expecting anyway. So, caught 5p. Take that. 54. No. 5p. Old 5p. Those old 5p's, 10p's, and 50p's. I've just got a pot full of them. I was going to take them down the bank one day and plead ignorance. I found these coins. Please swap them out, please. They can be all right. Like sometimes they swap them, sometimes they don't. 67. So that's not silver. Oh, safety clip. It's not a battery, but we will take it. I'm still waiting to hit a marble in my bingo card of things that are not coins. Maybe I'll do a special Christmas episode. Every time it hits a random item, we take a shot. I think I'd be absolutely hammered by the end of it. It's not silver, but it just looked a bit cool. Nope. I was actually shocked that this order came in so quickly, by the way. I actually paid for it yesterday. So fair play to the auction house, because usually some of them, well, usually they drag their feet. I understand why they drag their feet, don't get me wrong. Some of these auction houses have got hundreds and hundreds of lots to go through. So that's not a gripe, it's just an observation. That a penny? Yep, that is a penny. To get it from paid to the door in a day, you know, I think that's a very good result. Oh, 13 of those is €1, by the way. I'm just going to have a quick sip of coffee. Another shilling. I think I've probably got €1.50 just from the shillings. Canada, someone's done something to it. Right, copper. It's all the small fiddly coins now. I can't see any more silver. We might get a bit lucky. I think we've actually done all right with what's in there, to be honest. Considering combining it with the notes, we're way in the money. I might just list those notes together. Someone might take the lot. Saves me a bit of work. So 5p. I haven't decided. I'll have a think about it. I've got 2 more things to film, and then I'll sit down and work out what the score is. That's kind of cool. Fennec, old 5p. Token. There's a screw, take a shot. And go in the bin. I think I'm over the moon with the sheer level of copper in it, considering I've covered bases. I don't think I can complain, full stop. I can't see any more silver. I think we might have topped out at 5. I think we would have hit the jackpot had that Belgian coin been it, but that's okay. You know, that's certainly not a problem. Right. One of the handy things for checking is that if it's Queen Elizabeth, it's just not. So you can simply, if you're doing it yourself, just turn them over, and then anything that's a king you have to double check. So none of these are what we need. I'm going to put them in the pot I've actually got for them. Is that one? Nope, 55. The colour looked a bit silverish. Oh, we've got a button. Take shot. 1 button. 5p's. Again, not a problem. So queen, queen. So they're all queens. You'll see that I've been doing it left-handed. I'm actually right-handed. It's hard with how my desk is positioned to do it right-handed. So it's given me a bit of an awkward sit down to do this. Right, queen, 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 queen. They're all queens. And go in that part. That's kind of cool. Right. Just gonna that's a 48. Nope. Queen. 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 I should say Elizabeth. 5p, fantastic. Shilling. $0.05 Canada. 47, close. That's a bit of copper. Right, so we finally got down to our silver. I can clean that afterwards. I'm actually very happy with these. I think the notes alone have done it. Right, so the silver coins we have, I'm going to quickly check. It's not many. Quickly check this. I'm not convinced this is. So 1958, I think this will be a bit late. And I don't have any knowledge on African gold coins, so this will be a learning process for me as well. Ghana, sixpence, right? Yep. No, could be nickel. So news to me. That's one I didn't know about before. That's perfectly okay. So we've got 5 silver coins. I don't think there's going to be 20 grams. I think these are 50%. I'm pretty sure this is 50%. This one's pre-20. This one I need to check. So I'll double check this one. 1952 sixpence. Sixpence. %. And then I'm going to double check this one. I should know it, but I can't off the top of my head. I think this is 0.8, but don't quote me. The problem is, where I deal with so many different coins, I always double check just to reassure myself, because ultimately I'm selling it. So if I get it wrong, the client's only going to come back to me and say, oh, you got this wrong, even though my gut says it's X, Y, Z. Right, Canada, 5 cents. Yeah, 0.8. Okay, so let's work this out. It's not going to be 20 grams of silver. So we got 4.16. $4.16 plus 5.76 times 0.8 plus 1.36 times 0.925. We've got, let's call it dead on 10 grams of silver there. Silver was 128 at the start of play. 1.28. We've got £12.83. So we would have broken even on that lot, not including everything else. I don't mind results like that. I think that's okay. The stamps more than made up for it because I had a free carry in terms of risk. So yeah, I'm over the moon with that. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Take care, guys. See you on the next one.